Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Jit Talk Podcast. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, man, y'all know usually I got my main man with me, Lando. Pray for my man, you know what I'm saying? Right now, he couldn't be around right now, but he gonna be back soon. Like he having some issues right now. But you already know, man. Y'all know what time it is. Jit Talk Podcast. And we in the building, man. How y'all like the new scenery? Like, what's going on? Y'all liking it? Y'all like the new white vibe? You know what I'm saying? I feel like the little, it might have been a little different, but now we got the whole white in the background. What's going on? Y'all good? Y'all like it? Okay, bet. Hey, listen, man. I just want to let y'all know we trying to do some different stuff for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Lando got some issues right now, but me and Lando always talking, always getting into conversation about what we need to do and what we need to do to make this podcast better. And we feel like right now we taking a step towards it. You know what I mean? We're going to see. Hopefully it's in the right way and not in the wrong way. You know what I mean? So, but let's go ahead and get into this conversation real quick. Hey, I got a question for y'all, right? We're going to get into the question. Y'all already know. If Lando would say, he would have been like, this for the who? For the hoes. But, my dog not here, so I'm going to go ahead and say this question, this part of the section of the podcast, this for who? This for the hoes. Yes, sir. So what we're going to get into right now, first question of the day. First question, say, what is the number one thing you look for in a partner? Oh, man. What's the number one thing I look for in a partner, man? The first thing I look for in a partner is she loving, is she caring? And I'm the type person, like, she got to play hard to get a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I walk up to her. Let's say we downtown. I don't even say downtown because, my mom always told me, you meet somebody downtown, that's where she supposed to be left at, downtown. So let's say I met her in the grocery store. Let's say grocery store, y'all, right? So I bump into her. If she playing hard to get in the grocery store, then I really don't want her. But let's say I walk up to her and I approach her like I'm telling her, hey, excuse me, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? She give me her number. All right, bet. So now I got her number. Now, when I got her number, let's go ahead and go out. Let's go do something. Now, she like, oh, I'm kind of busy. Oh, okay, you kind of busy. So I got Friday off. Does Friday work for you? She might be like, nah, Friday don't work for me. Now, usually what women usually do is they'll be like, well, I got Friday off. I don't have Friday off, my bad. But I do got Monday and Tuesday open if you want to come. So you know what? So let's say I choose Tuesday. That's why I feel like kind of hard to get because at first she said not a Friday, knowing that she probably didn't have Friday off, but she gave me another day. She gave me another option, so she making the plays sound like that. So that's my output on the whole playing hard to get. That's what I like to see. So let's get into the second question. Second question is, do you think fighting in a relationship is healthy, and do you think you should avoid it? Oh, man. So on all honesty, I went through a relationship where I didn't argue. We didn't argue like that. But at the same time, I felt like it was boring. And a lot of girls, they say they don't like toxic men. I'm a little toxic, you know what I'm saying? They like a little toxic. Not too much, but just a little bit. So we was going through, I was in a relationship and I wasn't toxic at the time, but I could tell our relationship was kind of like, didn't have a spark, didn't have like that pizzazz to it, you know what I mean? So in my head, it's just like, that shit's boring. But then when I got to my next relationship, you know what I'm saying, we kind of argue, button heads, kind of like feeding off each other. But at the same time, as we arguing, it's kind of spicing up the relationship. Like, I'm mad at you, don't talk to me. And then, when we make up, it's like, you still my baby. You know what I mean? So I feel like, it depends on the situation. So on the situation, it might be like, nah, I really don't, you know what I'm saying, like fighting. But me personally, I think fighting's good for the relationship. And should you avoid it? No. You should take everything head on. I'm a hard-head some bitch. So I'm going to take it head on every time. You know what I mean? But in my eyes, that's how I feel about the whole, fighting in a relationship. Because I think you should fight. Why not? Why would you not want to fight in a relationship? That's how that lets me know the relationship real. If you ain't arguing, you got to think about people that's been married for almost 10, 15 years. They argue. But they got to a point now in their relationship where, like, they argue, and it's whatever. Like, we argue all the time. I still love that, man. It's still love there. So imagine if y'all don't argue like that. And the one time y'all do get into an argument, she going to be like, oh, nah, he tripping. We argue this and that. I don't want to be with him ever again. And then all of a sudden, now y'all broken up because y'all got into one argument. So in my eyes, argument ain't bad, man. Argument pretty good. And should you avoid it? No. You should definitely argue and fight in a relationship because that's what makes the relationship a good relationship. Y'all, nobody's perfect. So you got to understand that. So let's get into the third question. My bad. Second. I wish it was a second. Nah, third question. Third question is, hold on, y'all give me a second. Third question is, what is something important you've learned from another couple? So usually, I don't really look into somebody else's love life because that's not me. That's not my relationship. But like, let's say like from an older couple, I really don't look at like let's say like Gucci Mane or anybody else's relationship. I look more into like older couple that's like 70, 80 years old because they got time in it. In that relationship, they've been rocking and rolling for almost 20 to 30 years. You know what I mean? So you seeing something like that and y'all got time like that, that's a relationship I want to know about. How do you still wake up every day next to the same person and you like, I love this lady. Oh, I love this man. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what I want to know. So if anything, I've learned from the older couples to, hey man, fight for it. Sacrifices plus like just the individual person, learn that person and always keep things spicy. You know what I mean? Even when it comes down to arguments, fighting, keep it spicy because at the end of the day, it shows that you love and you care for that person. So that's how I feel about, that question. So let's get into the fourth question of the day. So the fourth question is, what is a mistake you've made in a relationship in the past that you don't want to repeat? Whew. Yeah, I've done this a couple times myself. So one mistake that I don't want to make that I've made before, I'm going to give y'all a little situation back in the day. So I was in a relationship, right? Probably like my last relationship, to be honest with you. So the last relationship I was in, I kept putting on her that I know you doing something because you're so nonchalant. And usually I'm the nonchalant person. Like the guy's usually the nonchalant person, the woman hate that. But for some odd reason, she was the nonchalant person. She was the one who was not texting, not calling. I'll call her, not answer. I'm like, you gonna answer my phone call. What you doing? And then anytime that she would answer the phone call, she would always stay calm. She would be like, hello? I'll be like, oh, so you see me calling? I did, but I'm doing something right now. Like, what do you want? Like, what do y'all? I want to talk to you. I want to see what's going on. What you mean? What I want to do? You know exactly what I want to do right now. Don't play with me. I'll give y'all another even better situation. So, I was talking to this girl, and I'm leaving names out. We do not mention names over here on Jit Talk Podcast, and y'all know that. But so it was one situation happened where the girl I was talking to, I was on the road. She was on the road. I'm a truck driver, so we both was on the road doing our thing. She ended up having to lay over in, I think it was Iowa, and she had met some friends. And in my head, I'm like, who the fuck is these friends? You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I met a group of people, and they skaters, and they like skating and all this stuff. So I'm just like, okay, thinking nothing of it, okay, thinking nothing of it, because I trust you. So she like, oh yeah, so they invited me to a cookout. And I'm just like, all right, like, you gonna go? Because in my head, I'm like, I don't know these people from a can of paint, and I know you don't know these people from a can of paint, so what you mean? But I'm, like I said, it's that trust comes in, so I'm like, you know what, all right. So then she's like, I'm gonna go. I'm like, all right, go ahead. I'm like, well, I need to know where you're going. She was like, why? I was like, what you mean? What if something happened to you? I need for you to cut on your location. This is where I got a little toxic, because I need to know where your location at. You in Iowa. It don't matter if you send me your location. I ain't going to know where you at. Come on. But still, this is my toxic side of me. So I'm like, I need to know your location. I cut it on. She like, no. And hung up. Man, I don't know what it did to me, but when she hung up on me, I clicked. Yeah, I was ready. I was calling her phone 3-4 times back to back, trying to talk to her, trying to figure out like, ain't no way you finna answer my phone call. Nah, and she would not answer at all. And I remember she texted me, she was like, I'm around them, stop calling my phone. But in my head, when I heard that, I was like, oh, this bitch cheating. This bitch out there sucking dick right now, and she thinks she's slick. Like, come on, man, I'm not finna play no game. So that's what kind of fucked up my trust issues when it come down to that. But that's something that was in that relationship. I can't bring that into my next relationship. So in my head, that's something that, if she is doing something, she gonna do something. I came to realization, I'm gonna do whatever the hell they want to do regardless. Ain't nothing I can do. At the end of the day, there's nothing I can do as a man if a woman doing what she's gonna do regardless. If she love you, she's not gonna do it. If she do love you, she still might do it. But at the end of the day, that's what she gonna do. There ain't nothing that you can do about that. You know what I mean? And I had kind of realization that. So now I'm going off of, you know what I mean, vibes, energy when it comes down to the next female. Because, you know, Tez is definitely single. Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. So, hey, like I said, man, hey, it's one of those, I can't bring that into my next relationship. I still trust you, but I trust you enough. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel like the whole, you know, relationship and what I should not bring into my next relationship. It should definitely have trust in a relationship, but at the same time, like, you know, just know if she is doing something, she doing it. There ain't really nothing you can do. Is it really something you can do? Let's say she is doing something. What the fuck can you do? Other than if you ain't got hard evidence, women are like, one thing I heard back in the days, right? Men are like dogs and women are like cats. When have you ever seen a cat fucking another cat? But where do you see dogs fucking? You see dogs fucking all the time, everywhere. You'll walk in on a dog humping a fucking pillow, and they say that's what guys are like. So in my head, if she gonna cheat, she gonna do it so you can't see, straight like that. So let's get to the next question, y'all. Though let's get into the next one. Question number, I think 5. It might be 5 or 4. 5, 5. We gonna go with 5. We're gonna go 5. So the next question after that, oh my bad. So that's the end of the questions, right? So I got these cards for y'all now. Let me show y'all. So I felt like the questions that I got, you know, as it is from people, but see now I got questions from I got cards that's just random now. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna mix it up for y'all, so y'all don't think, you know what I mean, nothing of it. But we gonna see what the first question is, and then I'm gonna just answer it, give my honest opinion on it, you know what I'm saying, and move on to the next one. First question is, take a drink if you ever faked a nut. Oh, man. As y'all know, I always got a cup on deck. So let me go and take a sip because, boy, I don't fake the couple of. I ain't even going to hold you, dog. Yeah, I don't fake the couple. The best one I think that I don't fake, man, they're probably in my first relationship. I ain't even going to hold you. So, my first relationship, I remember I was fucking left and right. But me, one thing about me, when I bust, that's it. You ain't gonna get no round 2, ain't no round 3. All you getting is one good round out of me. So I don't know what it was, but I ended up nutting the first time. And we was chilling and relaxing. I want to say like a good hour, 2 hours might have passed by. Next thing you know, she was like, I want to go again. I'm just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't get me wrong. My meat still a get up. But when it's time to bust, all right. And that thing going soft, noodle. For real. So I'm doing my 1-2 dance inside of, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, I've been in this for a long time. So let me see if I can nut. So as I'm trying, I'm trying. It's going soft. It's going soft. It's going limp. At the time, I got a condom on, so this the G that I got inside me. So I'm like, damn, it's kind of going soft right now. Next thing you know, I'm like, let me just fake it. And I'm hitting. I'm like, like I really nutted on. Damn well, ain't nothing come out of me. So she turned around. I'm hitting it from the back. My bad. I'm hitting it from the back. So as I'm hitting it from the back, I end up pulling out, acting like a nut. So I get up out of there. And then she looking to turn around, trying to see if she can see the condom. So I hurry up and snatch the condom off and throw it to the side. Like, oh, man, yeah, that was so great. She was like, oh, you nutted? I'm like, yeah, I didn't know. And damn well, ain't nothing come out of me. That shit crazy. That was one of the good conversations. That was one of the good fake bust nuts that I've had in my life. But let's go ahead and go to the second question. Put another card for y'all. The next one is, finish your cup. It's a big cup I got. So I'm not going to finish it, but I'll take more than just a shot. You know what I mean? But it says, finish your cup if you ever heard your parents have sex. Mm, 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 mm. I had to take a big gulp to that one. I ain't gonna hold you. I heard that one time. That was probably one of the most nastiest. I was like maybe 7 years old at the time. We was moving from. I'm born and raised in St. Petersburg. So from St. Petersburg, We was moving to Altamont Springs, right? So I remember we had all our stuff together, and at the time, this my mama just started talking to my stepdaddy. I think what's crazy about this that I heard, this is when my brother was conceived that I heard this nastiest shit I've ever heard. So me and my brother not really that cool, but that's part of the reason why. Because as you can see, I heard you getting made, my boy, and so it's just nasty. So I remember I'm in the bed laying down, and at the time, me and my sister real close. So we used to always sleep with each other. You know what I mean? Like it was never like one was in one room. We was always in the same room because we was just so close. Me and my sister always been close. So we sleep. It's like maybe 3. I don't know what time it is. I'm a kid, but it's late. So I just hear, I'm like, at the time I'm a kid, so I don't know what this is. I'm hearing it, but I'm like, what the hell is this? And I remember just hearing it just louder and get louder. I'm just like, and then I looked at my sister and I'm like, what's going on? She's older, so of course she knows what it is. She just like, I'm like, oh, nah, that, you know, as a kid, it's like, ew, because, you know, I ain't fucking. It's a dick small, but they big. Ain't doing nothing. Ain't touching nothing. Ain't doing nothing at all. So I'm hearing that. I'm like, oh, man, that's the grossest shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm talking about, I don't even want to describe it. That's just nasty. All right, move on. Next question. Next question. That's too much. So the next one is, take a shot or text your ex, I miss you. I, I let me take that shot. I ain't even gonna, nope, Me personally, it ain't worth it. And the reason why I say that, I don't want to text her. I don't want to seem like I miss you because I don't. You know what I'm saying? The card say text her until I miss you, but why lie? And then, you know, you gonna get a reply back like, oh, you do? Ain't, nah, hell nah. Then you open back up bullshit with, I don't want nothing to do with her, man. This bitch, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That matter of fact, that really messed up my whole questions and everything. I think we done with that. I would hate to text my ex back. Ain't no, and be like, I miss you. And then what if she like, I miss you too? Now I just got myself to a situation, playing around with some cards. Done got myself to the situation. Now I gotta call her. Oh, I gotta text her back, explain to her what's going on, and then, like I said, let's say she texts me back and she like, I miss you too. Now I'm really in a situation now because it's like, well, damn, Tess, do you miss her? You know, it's like, man, I ain't even trying to do that, man. That's you know what, that's it for the cards. We not even. We're gonna go ahead and switch subjects. I ain't even finna get into that. No sir, no sir. I'm doing good. I'm doing peaceful. I'm at peace. I don't need none of that negative energy calling her. I'm good, man. Let's get to another talk, though. Let's talk about football right now, sports. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold you. You know, y'all know I'm an Eagles fan all day. You know what I'm saying? Fly, Eagles, fly. You know what I mean? Shout out to them Giants fans out there. Yeah. Them boys hurting out there. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. It's a little tough out there for them boys. Them boys got beat to sleep yesterday. 38-7. I'm sorry, man. Hey, listen. Shout out to all my guys out there that, you know what I'm saying, I'm cool with, and they Giants fan, because I know y'all hurting low key, man. We beat y'all 3 times in a row. And each time I got beat to sleep. Well, one time we beat y'all 16-22. It's all good. But, you know. Yeah. But, hey, whoever we got, we won't listen, on all honesty. 49ers and Cowboys. I think 49ers and Cowboys playing right now. I found out